Hey, my name is Jonathan with Driving Academy, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Second Chance on Your Road to Freedom. So, what do we do on this show? This show is all about showing you different paths and different career ways that you can get accomplished to get closer to your goal and make that money that you're after. So you can stop being broke and you can start loving your job. Isn't that what we all want at the end of the day? So in this show, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be comparing always two different avenues where you're going to have to get retrained and then go into that field of work. In today's episode, we're going to be comparing getting a CDL license to become a professional driver or getting a certification in diesel mechanic work so then you can actually work on trucks itself. Today we're going to be comparing them in 5 different ways. Way number 1, we're going to compare the cost. How much is it going to cost to go through the training process itself between CDL and becoming a diesel mechanic? The second pillar that we're going to compare is going to be the time of training. How long is the training going to take? Third way is type of training. So what can you expect when you are a student there? What are the training methods all about? Number 4 is going to be the jobs. So what kind of jobs are available once you are finished with your training itself? And number 5 is all about that ROI. Now ROI stands for return on your investment. We're going to talk about the numbers, how they all work, how quickly you're going to get the money back, how quickly you're going to start getting real money, and how quickly you can be that baller that you've been looking for, right? So if you're watching this episode, that means that maybe you're in a job right now that you don't really like and you're looking to get retrained, get some skills so then you can make more money. Or maybe that you're just starting off your career for the first time. Maybe you just came out of high school, college is not the best route for you, you want to pick a trade, and we're definitely going to be helping you out. Every single week we're going to come out with a new episode, so let's see exactly what's going to win. Getting a CDL license or becoming a diesel mechanic. Alright, so number 1, cost of the training. How much is this going to cost you? That's right, it ain't free. It ain't one of those scams or anything like that I'm going to say it's free. Training is going to cost you. You want to invest in yourself before you invest in anything else because that is the biggest way for you to get a return on your money. Alright, so let's break it down for you. CDL training. Well, here at Driving Academy, and I'm the founder of Driving Academy, we help people get a CDL every single day. Now we have courses that range in a very different variety of pricing. On the high end we have an $8,000 course available. On the low end we have courses as low as $1,000. On average our students spend anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000, but in this example we're going to be taking our $4,000 course. With our $4,000 course, it's probably one of the most popular courses, and the reason why it's so popular is that we're going to guarantee that we get you a license. That's right, I said we can guarantee that we get you a license. We're going to give you all the training that you need, and we're going to give you unlimited tries at the road test, which means you're going to keep taking the test until you pass at no extra cost to you. No other training kind of guarantees that you get your license, right? For any of you who went to college or know anybody who went to college, there's no guarantee that you're going to leave with a diploma, and you spent a whole lot more than $4,000, didn't you? That's correct, right? So on the CDL side, $4,000 is the number we're going to play around with. Now, on the diesel mechanic side, the secret of the story is I actually went undercover and I wanted to see myself. Hey, if I wanted to be a diesel mechanic, how much would it really cost me? I was thinking, oh, it can't be that much money, maybe a little bit more than a CDL license. But when I went there to the school and actually got a tour at this school and I found out the price, my jaw dropped to the floor. I had no idea how expensive this thing could be. So, drum roll please. The price is $33,500. That's right, that's not a typo. $33,500. So, the question is, which one would you rather spend? $4,000 or $33,500? Well, you might be asking, well, if the $33,000 is going to make me a higher paying job, it might be worth investing that kind of money into your training. We're going to have to wait till the end, till we get to step number 5, which is the ROI, and then we'll show you exactly how you're going to win and what the best and smartest way to do it is. So now that we got the cost out of the way, let's go into the second step of this whole analysis process. Timing. How long is it going to take you to get your license? Or how long is it going to take you to get your certification, right? So let's start off with the CDL side first. here at Driving Academy, that $4,000 course that I told you that we're going to guarantee that we get your license, if you decide to do it full time, we can get you in and out of here in just 4 weeks. That's right, I said 4 weeks. That's right. If you've never been in a truck before, you've never even seen a truck, we can get you in here and out, trained and tested and fully licensed within a 4-week period. Now, if you're currently working and you don't have the time to come in full time, that's perfectly fine too. Here we are open up 7 days a week and we can be extremely flexible with your training schedule itself. You actually get to pick your schedule. If you choose to come on a part-time basis, you'll be here anywhere from 6 weeks to 12 weeks on a maximum kind of situation, right? So say the quickest way, 4 weeks, keep that in mind. The longest, maybe 12 weeks. If you choose to do a part-time and that's on your schedule, again, we are open up 7 days a week. So when I went on this tour to go learn more about the whole diesel mechanic thing at the very prestigious school, I was also astounded on how long it actually takes. It takes 13 months to get yourself a diesel mechanic certification. That's right, 13 months, more than a year. So that means you're watching this video now, you wait 1 year and you still wouldn't be done with your certification yet. And there is no guarantee that you're gonna pass, right? Unlike us. So you're gonna spend $33,000 plus 13 months of your life to learn a trade. Now, are they flexible? If I'm gonna pay you $35,000, I would expect that you're pretty flexible with my training schedule, right? If I have to pay $33,000 to go get trained, I actually gotta work so then I can pay you the money to go get trained. And this is the conversation I was having with the admissions director there at the school. And they said, no, you have to be here at this time. If you're not here at this time, you lose out. And if you don't show up for attendance, then your grade gets lowered. And if your grade gets too low, then we're gonna have to kick you out of the program because you're gonna fail out. What kind of scam is that? You're telling me that I'm gonna pay you $33,000 to learn a trade of my hard-earned money, and now I have to wait 1 full year and 1 month without really working a full-time job because I have to commit myself to the school Monday through Friday from 7 o'clock in the morning till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I can't choose my own schedule? What happens if I have to work? Sorry, you're gonna have to figure it out. That's the answer that I got. So, on pillar number 2, let's see who actually wins this thing. Would you rather go between a 4-week process if you're doing it full-time, or a 12-week process of a schedule that you can pick any day that you want? Or would you rather have a strict schedule where you're gonna wait 13 months to get yourself trained and then get yourself certified before you make any money in the profession itself, right? So after 4 weeks, if you wanna do it full-time, on the 5th week, you pass your test, everything's good, you're driving, you're making money. Now after 13 months, as long as you showed up every day to class and you didn't fail out of the program and nothing dramatic happened, how many things dramatic happened in the past 13 months for you that you had no idea of, right? Can you really commit 13 months of your life to something where you have no idea what's gonna happen? So now you're starting to see who might be winning a little bit. Is it the CDL program or the diesel mechanic program? Well, let's wait and find out for the next type. So now that we know how long each program is going to be, what are we actually going to be doing during the program itself? So in the CDL process, there's 2 main steps. First step is we're going to have to get you ready to pass 3 different written tests for your permit. After that, we're going to have to make sure that you can pass a 2.5 hour long road test. So to prepare you for your permit, we do offer classroom training. And that's going to be done in our classroom with very interactive videos, with live instruction, with reading the book, and we have a 95% success rate with that. But after that, that's when the fun starts, because now you actually get very hands-on training inside of our training yard, inside the trucks. You get to drive them, you get to touch them, you get to feel them, and you get to really move them, right? Just as if you were training for anything else. The other cool thing about our program is it's very individualized. Like I said, you can pick your own schedule. We are very flexible here at Driving Academy. So that means you don't have to be stuck in a group scenario. You don't have to wait for a truck in line. It's 1 truck per student. You don't have to just kind of follow along with the class. You might need a little bit more time, or maybe you're a guy who picks things up quickly and you don't want to wait for the slower people in the class, right? If you've ever been in a classroom setting, the whole class has to kind of go at the same pace. but that might slow you down or that might be too fast for you. Either way, at our program, we'll make it individualized for you itself. All right, so that's the CDL side. Very hands-on, very individualized, very flexible to fit your needs. Now, the type of training that you're going to get on the diesel mechanic side is almost the same kind of thing. So you're going to first start off in the classroom setting. It is going to be a group setting, so it's not individualized, which means you can't kind of go at your own pace. You got to follow along with the class itself. Then you're going to be moving into the actual hands-on training portion of that. So that is pretty cool. You actually get to touch and feel what you are learning about, so it's not just book knowledge. But the downside is, depending on how big your class is, depends if you get to do these things on your own or if you have to share with a partner or so. And if you've ever been with a partner, that's just one stressful thing, right? So when you're learning, you want to be in control of your actions and not somebody else's actions. So say they put you in with somebody who is just slacking, or maybe they put you in with somebody who's just not really there. And again, in a group setting, you kind of can't go at your own pace. You got to follow along with the class. So the way that the 13-month program is going to work with them is every month you're going to finish a new skill, which means you only have 1 month to complete a certain skill. So if you're going to learn electronics, you got 1 month to complete electronics. The next month is a completely different skill. And if you're somebody who only needs 3 weeks, that means you can't move on because the class is not done yet, right? Or if you're somebody who needs 5 weeks to accomplish that skill and really learn, well, you're out of luck too because the class is moving on. So you're going to have to conform to their schedule and move at their pace. And that, to some people, might be a pro. To me, personally, it's a con. Because if I'm paying you all this money, I expect something in return where I can kind of move at my own pace. And that's what we offer here at Driving Academy. So they're both hands-on, they both have classroom training. Another big difference is inside diesel mechanic, you're pretty much inside a building the whole time. You're smelling all these fumes all the time. At least with CDL training, you're outside, you're enjoying the environment, you're going out in trucks, and we're keeping you busy throughout the whole process. All right? So that's the type of training. So now that you've got your certification and that you have your CDL license, now it's time to get that job, put that money in your pocket, right? So let's talk about what are the opportunities if you went to CDL school or if you went to go get your diesel mechanic school. One, let's talk about versatility. So if you got your CDL, how many different kinds of jobs can you actually do? So there are multiple different avenues that you can go for. You can drive multiple different types of trucks, multiple different routes, which means you can stay local, home every single day. You can go regional, which means you're out out of the house every few days and you come home on a weekly basis. Or you can go over the road. Maybe you want to travel the country. You want to see what this great country has to offer and get paid doing it, and get paid a whole lot doing it, I should say. Then you can go definitely over the road. Take that into getting yourself a diesel mechanic certification. What can you do? Fix a truck. Yeah, pretty boring, right? So that means one certification can only get you one job, fixing a truck in a shop. Now, of course, there are different shops that you can go to. You can go to private shops. You can go to one of those big dealership shops. And depending on where you are in the country, depends on how many of those shops are around. When it comes to truck driving, there is a huge need of truck drivers, right? And this is nationwide. Currently, the need is over 100,000 drivers. That's right, I said over 100,000 drivers. So finding a job after you have a CDL license is a snatch. Now, finding a job after you get yourself a diesel mechanic certification, not as easy, right? They're not as forgiving for brand new people coming right out of school with no experience if you just want to be a diesel mechanic. You don't really know everything that has to be going on, which means that after 13 months of training and after you paying $33,000, you actually have to spend more time and invest in an apprenticeship under somebody else's tutelage, right? So you went through 13 months, you paid $33,000, and you're still not ready to make the big bucks. That seems like a scam to me. You get to decide that, right? Now let's talk about wages. How much can somebody make? In the CDL side, if you're just starting off at school and you have no experience, you're getting into the truck for the first time, this is your first time making an income, average starting salary is anywhere from $30,000 to around $60,000 for a CDL program. Now the reason why I say 30 to 60, which is a pretty wide range, 30, we're talking about like part-time work if you're staying local and you're not really doing anything full-time. If you're looking to get more to the over-the-road kind of work, then you're going to be in the $50,000 to $65,000 range. That's right, coming right out of school. Now, there's a whole bunch of people coming out of college who don't make that kind of money either. Okay, so when you're getting yourself a diesel mechanic job, average starting salary is anywhere from that $17 an hour range to $20 an hour range. And this is pretty consistent, but the hard part is trying to find the right job. Now, when you are starting off with no experience and you have never worked in the field before, you're probably going to start off a little bit lower than that as well. So that kind of covers the starting salary, but what are the growth benefits there? So from a diesel mechanic, the growth on the high end, you're going to be capping it out around $30 an hour if you have a lot of experience and if you put 10 years into something, right? Most of our students, once you have 1 year experience under your belt that's clean with no accidents and no tickets, then an average one of our students will make anywhere from $70,000 to $80,000 a year just driving a truck. Right, so that means we're starting off around the same average salary, and there's a whole lot higher range that you can actually make in a much shorter amount of time. Now, if you want to take it one step further, say you want to become an owner. Okay, you're a diesel mechanic, you want to own your own shop. What is it going to take? You're going to have to find the space. You're going to have to purchase a whole bunch of equipment. Then you're going to have to go and get customers, right? So it's possible, it's just pretty hard and pretty costly. Say you're a truck driver and you want to be your own boss. All you have to do, purchase one truck, one trailer, and have the loads. You don't have to wait for customers to come to you. There's no marketing. It's, hey, I have the loads here, there's an extreme need of it, and it's very easy to find yourself a job. And then at the end of the day, you have a much more consistent work. You don't have to go and fight for customers all the time. You don't have that big overhead, right? Because if you're in a shop, you're going to have to pay rent every single month. If you're in a truck, you only pay fuel when you're driving the truck. So if you decide to take a vacation, shut the truck down, you're not paying for any kind of fuel because you're not using the truck. If you decide to go on a vacation and you own a shop, what are you going to do? Shut the whole shop down. You still got to pay rent, utilities, lights, the whole works, right? So right now, job placement wise, if it was me, that's another point to the CDL side itself. Now it's time to talk about ROI. That stands for return on investment. So don't kid yourself. If you're looking to get retrained, you are making an investment. No, it's not an investment into the stock market. It's not an investment into real estate. It's the most important investment, and that's an investment into yourself. That is the single most important investment that you can make in your whole life, because this is the investment that's going to pay you back again and again, and no one can ever take it away from you. It doesn't matter if the market goes up or the market goes down. So let's run through the scenario. We're going to have person A and person B. We're going to say that person A would decide to go to CDL training and get a CDL license and become a professional driver. Person B went to diesel mechanic school to actually go through the trade and then become a diesel mechanic. So we'll make it consistent. Say they both out of school get a job making $50,000 a year. Let's go to person number A. Person A means that he's going to go through a 4-week training process. He's going to invest $4,000 into his training, and after that, he's then going to start working. So say everything went correctly, he went through the 4 weeks, week number 5 he has a test, and he passes the test, week number 6 he starts working. So week number 6, he's already starting to work at his $50,000 a year job. Now let's go to person B. Person B decides to invest $33,000 into his diesel mechanic training school. He's then going to wait 13 months before he can go for his first job, making $50,000 a year. So let's see, after 1 year of investment, we have person A, he invested $4,000, and now at the end of that first year, he has already been working for 1 full year, which means he now has $50,000 of income. Minus the $4,000 investment that he made, he's now in the positive. So he already has a return on investment very, very quickly. Now let's go to person B. 1 full year has passed and a month for him, and he has invested $33,000, and there's still no income because he's still in school. So after 1 year, return on investment winner is CDL. But let's see what happens after year number 2. So year number 2, person A now has 1 year experience under his belt, so his salary, instead of staying at $50,000, jumps to that $70,000 to $80,000 range, which a lot of our students average out in their second year of driving. So now he's going to be making the $50,000 plus year number 2, he's going to be making that $70,000 to $80,000 job because he was a perfect driver and we taught him correctly. Now, person number B is going to be now starting his career off on year number 2. So year number 2, at the end of the year number 2, he's going to only have $50,000 because he had no experience and he's starting off from scratch. So at the end of year number 2, we still have CDL as the winner for your return on investment. And now this is just going to continue to go because CDL is going to have a much higher growth pattern than it is for a diesel mechanic. And this clearly shows you exactly what the return on investment is, whether you want to go CDL or whether you want to be a diesel mechanic. So the ultimate question I have for you, do you want to drive a truck or do you want to fix a truck? Because in this equation so far, driving a truck makes a whole lot more sense. So I hope that this video did catch you well. Again, my name is Jonathan with Driving Academy, and we help people every single day, just like person number A, change their life in a very quick way, in a very affordable way, so then you can get on your road to freedom. Because that is our main goal here. We have a mission of helping 1 million people get on their road to freedom, and we do that by helping you get a CDL license, by helping you get yourself a job that you need that's going to make you more money, so then you can have more choices. More money equals more choices, which equals more freedom. Experience the freedom of the open road. If you're interested or if you have any questions about getting yourself a CDL license, you definitely want to give our office a call. We'll walk you through any kind of questions you do have. Our phone number is 908-525-3609. We're currently located in Linden, New Jersey, with plans to expand nationwide. So feel free to give us a call anytime that you want. Again, my name is Jonathan with Driving Academy. Have a blessed day, and let's get you on your road to freedom.